You could start off by telling me your name. What's your name?
All right, my name is Cameron Mabry. I'm a Cal State LA student, criminal justice major, and I'm interning at Call.
All right. Where do you come from?
I came from Oakland, California.
How long have you been in LA?
Uh, 18 months now. So I spent most of my life, about 20 years, in Oakland.
And tell me some of the obstacles and challenges you face being in LA
Oh,
as,
being in LA?
as opposed to being home.
The obstacles I faced here were more so finding myself, being away from home, learning more about myself and what I want to do in the future. Um, I didn't have a lot of necessarily friends when I came out here. I transferred from community college, so I came in as a third year at Cal State LA. Finding my way around was a difficult part, and really finding people to trust or um, things like that. So that's been a hardship, I guess, coming to LA. What I mean by people that I can trust, I come from an area where I just recently lost a friend of a long time. So really finding someone that has the same values as me or that has my best interests, genuine people, and I feel like I found that, but it wasn't the necessary goal that I needed. More so, I came to LA to find myself and figure out what I really want to do, what my aspirations are, different fields to go into. I'm doing things that I didn't think I would do, whether that's being involved in school, being involved in this internship, even though it is the career that I want to go into. I want to be a criminal defense attorney. So finding that people that I can trust is more so finding people that are going to have my best interest in the long run at this point.
And speaking about being a criminal defense attorney, will you return to Oakland or will you stay in the LA area and do that?
My plans for right now is to stay in the LA area. I don't necessarily see LA as a place that I would want to make the foundation of my real adult life, whether that's like to start a family. I mean, things could change. I don't know the future, but Oakland is my home. It's where I want to do most of my work to change my community and help my people. So that's the reason why I want to go back to Oakland. But I would say I would stay in LA for maybe 3 to 4 years after I graduate next year.
All right. And tell me, what has Second Call done to help you add and multiply in your goals and dreams being a student?
Well, besides just being a student, it's helped me realize more about myself, attending the facilitated meetings, whether we're talking about anger or depression or anxiety. Those things alone have helped me. But hearing other people talk and seeing the impact that the criminal justice system has in people's lives and how they're either done wrongly, rightly. And another thing that really stuck out to me about Second Call is how formerly incarcerated people don't really call jail jail. I feel like that's a big mindset to have. Yeah, I noticed that after the first two meetings that I went to for the Second Call, that a lot of individuals referred to prison or jail as the big house, vacation, different things like that, whether that's how they talk to their family or just how they have tried to, or in their efforts to put that life behind them. That's what I recognize it as, at least. Uh, so, um,
Do you
yeah.
recognize the trauma that they face by being separated from their family and incarcerated? What are some of the years that you heard while attending classes that people have done in prison?
27. I think the most I heard might have been 31. That was at the Exhibition Park Abundant Life meeting. But there was a young man that had been incarcerated. I think he said for 24 years. He went when he was like 16, and he had gotten out like 2 days before he had came to the meeting, and he was just talking about how his life has completely changed, and he was only let out not based on evidence that he felt like should have been used, but because of laws changing. So a lot of people that laws changing is the reason that people are getting out, but that doesn't feel like it's justified for if you're innocent or you received a longer sentence. Yes, you're happy to be out, but it it's on the basis of a technicality, um, in some ways. So, um, but there's been a lot of years, like 7, 15. I mean, any amount of time seems like a long time. But what I would say, uh, you asked about so being separated from their family. Something that I realize is a lot of trauma, like very traumatic for a lot of individuals, is not getting mail or not being able to talk to people. Um, and that's not just being away from your family, but the excitement that you get a letter from a loved one. Um, I went to a panel where a woman was speaking about being separated from her daughter and how much letters meant because that was the only thing that she got to touch that her daughter also got to touch, and that really moved me. Um, so before this, and even more so then, I sent a lot of letters to my cousin because I realized the importance of it. So
Your cousin is incarcerated?
my cousin is incarcerated. He was sentenced to 57 years in jail, in prison. His sentence has been reduced since then, and he's been. Uh, we're very happy about that. So you know, we're just waiting for justice to be served.
Real quick, make this one of my last questions. Do you think that justice is really justice, especially when people are given sentences of 50, 60, even 100 years? Do you think that's justice or do you think that's retaliation?
It's definitely retaliation. What I often feel like is accounted for is when people try to demean your character. It's a part of why you're sentenced. So if I mean retaliation, I don't even know if that's the word to use, but it's a way to keep this cycle going. Um, 57 years, or I mean, for a nonviolent crime is just honestly absurd. So, but I mean, we know that there's these enhancements for gun charges are placed on people in Black and Brown communities for a certain reason. In other states, people are allowed to carry weapons, but if you are in the commission of a felony, there's a 10, 20, or life enhancement that has been, which is now since 2017 has now been changed where judges can use discretion. But before that, there was no if and buts about it. So that alone has added a lot of time on for many people incarcerated, and that's just having a weapon present. So retaliation, more like the plan, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Appreciate it.
You already okay. What I think Second Call could do to help the judicial system, which is something that they've already put efforts towards, is getting political people to come and speak or talk, whether that's the attorney general, is that the district attorney? District attorney and the sheriff deputy came and spoke, but the community cut that. One thing that Second Call has already done to help political and like judicial efforts is bringing the sheriff deputy and the attorney general to come and talk to the members of the group, and I thought that that was very commendable. I appreciated the time that they came and spent, but I also think there needs to be a more open conversation of what has happened in LA. We know that there's a big police and community, I don't want to say diversion, or I'm not sure the word to really use.
I don't want to give you a word, but it's a separation.
Yeah.
Lack of effective communication, a lack of understanding on our roles. It's just a total lack of of everything from the sheriff department. The
Mhm.
police are trying, LAPD is trying, but other outside agencies are not at all.
And the community, I mean, we also play a part, but for second call, I would just say educating people outside of just what the police are doing, or maybe some people don't know about their rights, some people don't know about gun enhancement charges or things of this nature. So maybe educating individuals about how the criminal justice system works and how it's worked for them and how they can help their friend, their cousin, um, also be prepared for the criminal justice system and how it works because they're only one part of it. We also play a role. So, second call, the youth. I see the youth around at this facility right now. I'm used to being with older, being around older, I would say older individuals compared to me. Um, but I think honestly, you're doing a good job. Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Truly appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Last words. What you want to share with the people?
I want to say I'm very grateful for this opportunity to get to know the individuals that founded Second Call, facilitate Second Call, and also are a part of the Second Call community. Um, Skip Townsend has been a great, I would say, mentor and person to look for advice or understanding of the LA community, more about how to run a nonprofit, the difficulties, the pros, because there are a lot of pros, very commendable, and I can't wait to see what I can do to help Second Call in the future.
All right, thank you.